45-man committee recommended the swapping of leadership positions such that those currently being held by Southerners would go the way of Northerners and vice versa. The PDP has cautioned the federal government against imposing a state of emergency in Anambra State ahead of the November 6th governorship election in the state. National Publicity Secretary Kola Ologbedinya in a statement said the federal government has the power to maintain peace in Anambra before, during, and after the state elections. APGA has also rejected the proposed declaration of a state of emergency in Anambra State, saying the federal government should look inwards and find a solution to the security crisis. The federal government says it will do everything within its power to ensure a peaceful and credible governorship election in Anambra State on November the 16th. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami stated this while answering questions from journalists after the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja. The AGF told State House correspondents that the state of emergency may be invoked if necessary.
As a government, we have a responsibility to provide security to lives and properties. So within the context of these constitutional obligations of the government and the desire to establish democratic norms and order, there is no possibility that is outruled. The government will certainly do the needful in terms of ensuring that our elections are held in Anambra, in terms of ensuring necessary security is provided.
Moving on now, Faisal Maina, son of the former chairman of the now defunct Pensions Reform Task Team, Abdul Rashid Maina, has been sentenced to 14 years imprisonment. Justice Okon Abang of the Federal High Court in Abuja gave the judgment on Thursday in the suit filed by the federal government against Faisal Abdul Rashid Maina on money laundering charges. Faisal, who is standing trial on charges of money laundering, had jumped bail, refusing to attend trial since November the 24th, 2020. For count 1, Justice Abang ordered that he be jailed for 5 years. In count 2, he was sentenced to 14 years imprisonment with effect from today. The court also ordered that Faisal return to the federal government the sum of 58.1 million naira and the company used to wind up. For count 3, he was jailed for 5 years. The court held the terms that would run concurrently. The federal government has announced plans to finance the proposed 2022 budget deficit pegged at 6.258 trillion naira through fresh borrowings. Minister of Finance, Budget and Planning Zainab Hamid, during a press conference after the Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja, said the move is necessary to enable government-built projects and to ensure they are developed on a sustainable basis. She also said Nigeria's borrowing has been of great concern, but the total size of borrowing is still within healthy and sustainable limits. The president of Ijaw National Congress, INC, Benjamin Okagba, says the decision of South-South governors to establish a security outfit in the region is non-negotiable. Professor Okaba told correspondent Soibi Oruwari that the security outfit, when functional, will complement that of the federal government in fighting crime in the region.
I think putting up a regional security outfit and bringing the command closer to the people seem to be very appropriate at this point in time. Of the South-South have done very well. So if that becomes a practice around and among all the regions, then there will be no hiding place for criminals. For now, where some are pursued from a particular place, they go to another place, another state. But where there's synergy, security synergy amongst the regions, from the local government areas to community, then you now see a good network of security. And if it's properly coordinated,
The INC president, however, urged the governors not to allow the security outfit be hijacked by politicians.
In everything there's suspicion. It is possible that if you place the security outfit, let it not be self-serving. Let it not be done to promote the selfish interest of the maybe the governors or some other persons who are in the command, and let there be a feedback mechanism so that at every point solutions that should be there. It should be a bottom-up approach, not imposing maybe directives on people. They should at some point also find out how these things are effective, particularly from the point of view of the masses and the grassroots.
Still ahead, commercial drivers complain of poor state of Abonima MOR route. My name is Jude. Stay tuned. More stories when we return.
Do you want to know more about Nigeria? Tune in to Nigeria Info.
The latest updates, current issues, and lots more on Nigeria Info.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to the news. My name is Jude. Thank you for joining us if this is your first time. Continuing with stories following. Commercial drivers operating on the Abonima MOR route say the road has now become a nightmare following its deplorable state. Some of the drivers told our correspondent that some sections of the road have remained impassable for the past 6 months.
We do it too so far. Our motor is spoiled for that road too much. I beg, me federal government try listen to that our road for Calabari there. Motor they sink every day, they spoil. From that Omamegbe junction to Tema junction, I beg, me federal government try help us, I beg.
The road is even contributing to the insecurity because, and even the road they good. You go easily, and if there is any people threatening you in that road, you can run away. Because as it is now, can't pass easily because of the potholes.
Today, I use my own car to took vehicles out of that place. You made you pass Sama. That place is something else. It has broken into two. And any car, any driver who applied that, the driver is not familiar with that road now. You should just forget about his car. Even after going to on Monday, I came up from mechanic. I spent almost 40,000 naira just to work on suspension. Now the same thing, and the car is waving me, which I have to go back in to mechanic. Government should come to our aid. Let them just, if at least those bad spots, they should just fix it for us. The iron core side, the Sama, and the Tema. Let them just, even if we use hard to pour it, so let it be motivated for this dry season before something else will happen again.
Also, President of Calabari Youth Federation, Livingstone Mayberry, said if urgent steps are not taken, the natives of the 3 Calabari-speaking communities may not be able to travel home.
But right now, as I speak with you, the road is in a very terrible condition. From the new campus of the River State University until the last stretch of the road, just by Tema Junction, they are all bad. We are appealing to the federal government or even to the state government to quickly come on and carry out maintenance work on that road. So we are appealing to government to put the road in a usable condition, and that is why some of us have been campaigning for the Trans-Calabari Road.
Mr. Livingston also advised the critical stakeholders from the area to partner with the state government to ensure timely completion of the Trans-Calabari Road. To business now.
And now the business news.
Banks have started to onboard the e-Naira feature on their applications. A commercial bank in its latest update told customers to download and onboard on the CBN e-Naira Speed Wallet app to create their e-Naira username and password. Recall that the Central Bank of Nigeria recently postponed planning the unveiling of the country's digital currency, e-Naira. To entertainment now.
Take it away with the entertainment news.
Netflix says it will edit out a phone number that appeared in its hit TV series, Squid Game, after a woman said she was overwhelmed by calls to her mobile phone. The gory South Korean drama series sees cash-strapped contestants invited to ring the number to take part in a life-and-death children's game for money. Squid Game is on course to become one of Netflix's most watched series. To the world of sports now, Morocco rose to the top of their African World Cup qualifying group on Wednesday with a 5-0 thrashing of Guinea-Bissau, many of whose players became ill after eating dinner on the eve of the match. Head coach Bakary Kande said players and coaches developed stomach aches about 15 minutes after dinner, followed by diarrhea and vomiting. The pre-match drama took some gloss off an impressive performance by Morocco under veteran coach Vahid Halidovic. And finally, on the international scene, a U.S. judge has temporarily blocked a new law in Texas that effectively bans women from having an abortion. District Judge Robert Pittman granted a request by the Biden administration to prevent any enforcement of the law while its legality is being challenged. The law, which prohibits women in Texas from obtaining an abortion after 6 weeks of pregnancy, was drafted and approved by Republican politicians. The White House praised the latest ruling as an important step. On the news this afternoon, you heard Governor Wike is calling for a review of the revenue sharing formula. Court has jailed the son of former chairman of now defunct pension reform task team Abdul Rashid Maina. Commercial drivers have complained of a poor state of Abonima Emoha Road. And from the foreign scene, Texas abortion law has been temporarily blocked by a judge. The news was edited by Choma Ezenwanfo. Please contact our newsroom on 0818 9000017, 0818 9000017. For more stories, please visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. My name is Jude. Thank you for being a part of the news this afternoon.